Hey, this is Kelly Robertson with Precision Crop Services in Benton, Illinois. I'm also an Illinois Soy Envoy for Illinois Soy Advisor. And we've just been out here kind of kicking the tires on this big thing with the rain delays we've had and the saturated soil conditions and lack of planting progress and a whole lot of other things that are going on right now, and just kind of wanted to maybe discuss and cuss at what's going on and kind of come up with a game plan. So, you know, the first thing that I'm worried about right now in the middle of May is not so much getting stuff planted, but I'm worried about a lot of our customers. I'm worried about you and the mental state that a lot of us are in. We're stressed, a lot of stress going on with the delayed planting, commodity markets, economic situation. And so, you know, there's a lot of built up frustration and anxiety. So the first thing I want to talk about is you talking to somebody and getting that out. And so find a friend, a neighbor, a pastor, the dog. I mean, anybody that'll listen to you, you feel comfortable talking to. Just sit down and talk about what's going on, talk about your feelings, get it out. Don't keep it bottled up. Second thing is slow down. Speed really does kill, and there's nothing that we can do right now that going faster is going to make things better. And so slow down and think things through, which leads me to the next one, which is worry. And I know we're worried about getting the crop planted. We're worried about, you know, getting grain delivered. We're worried about filling those contracts and all that. But worry robs us of the ability to think clearly. And so we need to slow down and stop worrying so that we can think things through. And I do mean that literally. There's a lot of knee-jerk reactions going on right now. Based on rumors and discussion at coffee shops and social media. So, you know, think things through completely, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. The other thing is, you know, when we do go to the field here shortly, don't do things to put yourself in a position to get hurt. Don't lift things by yourself or try to hook up equipment by yourself. Those kind of things. Don't do things to get yourself hurt, because if you get hurt, then that whole operation is going to come to a close. And then don't do things to put others in danger to get them hurt. So slow down, again, slow down, and just do those things that keep everybody safe. And then review your risk management. You know, you've got a risk management plan in place, you know, crop insurance and that type of stuff. You need to review that and go over it so that you know what in the worst case scenario is, and that will help alleviate the worry and help you to be able to think things through more clear. So what are some things that, while we're sitting here waiting to get this big machine in the field and get to planting, what are some things that you can be doing, I can be doing to make things go a lot smoother when we do get into the field here, hopefully in the next 7 to 10 days. And that first thing is sit down and make you a list, a spreadsheet of all the fields that have got to be planted, what crop they're going to, but most importantly right now, what chemicals you've already sprayed on them. I mean, what chemicals are out there is going to determine what you can and can't do to that field. There's already been some talk of switching from corn to beans and so forth, but if you've already got a residual herbicide out there or something, you're probably locked into a program or a crop in that field. So review your fields, what's going to plant, where, and then what herbicides you've already got applied. Secondly, plan the work. Start looking at those fields that are most likely to get to go to the field first. Try to batch those fields together if you can. Have a plan of, hey, when the weather finally breaks, we know we probably go here a day or two before we can go over here. So start planning that work. The third thing, set the expectations now with your family and employees that it's no longer going to be a marathon when we go to the field, it's going to be a sprint. So understand there's going to be some long hours, there's going to be some late nights, there's going to be some real early mornings. Set that expectation with everybody now. The fourth one's probably the hardest one when we're not doing anything, but get off of social media. There is some absolutely terrible agronomic advice happening right now on social media on how to deal with what's going on. A lot of bad agronomic advice. So just get off social media for a while, and that'll help alleviate some of your anxiety. The fifth one's kind of different for farmers, I think. And my suggestion is that you know, you Go see your seed dealer and take him to lunch. Talk about what your seed needs are, what his availability is on replant, or if you do have fields that you end up going to switch in, what his recommendations are. I recommend that you go take your retailer to lunch and sit down and talk to him and talk about the acres you've still got to cover and what he needs to do. And then that way he's got a chance to talk to you about what you can expect from him, because you're not his only customer. And so everything's going to get crunched and things are going to get forgotten. So sit down and talk to him and set that expectation now so that you're both on the same page. Share with him that field list you made. The other thing is, take your crop insurance agent to lunch. Sit down and review your coverage, know what your risk management plan is. And the last one is the one that's really hit me the hardest the last couple of days, is we've got some people out here trying to peddle ideas and products and whatnot to make yellow crops look green, to perk things up as they sit in waterlogged soils. And so a very, very wise agronomist told me many, many years ago that, you know, if too much of one thing is the problem, adding something else is not necessarily the way to fix it. Guys, if we've got corn that's waterlogged and turning yellow, spraying something on it is not the problem. The problem is too much water. So adding more of something else right now is not the answer. You know, understand what's causing the problem and understand that spending more money or throwing more money at it is not going to be a good answer. So just some things to think about as we sit here waiting to get back in the fields. Everybody have a good day.